Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm doing all right. How are you?
Doing pretty good, man. As
Yeah.
best as I can be doing.
Yeah. That's your background, that's a setting I really miss.
I know. Man, dude, seriously, the other day we were just Stephanie and I in the office because we've been doing a little bit of work in there, and we were like, "Man, isn't it crazy not to have that smell of popcorn?" Because no one's here. So we turned on the popcorn and made some popcorn. And it was just a like a creature comfort. That smell. It was just and it's something that we were used to having, and it was just so awesome. It was just like a great, like, just like warmed our souls to have some popcorn.
Yeah. You guys should do like private screenings, kind of like Magic City's solo shopping hours. Have you
Right.
guys have you guys talked about the possibility of doing that? Would that just be too inconvenient, or would you have to charge too much to have like
Yeah, someone we do have that small screening room theater.
yeah,
That might be an option over there.
yeah.
It's people. Someone's brought that up. We've talked about that a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. So everybody with Root was really excited to have you on at a distance, and we're excited to talk to somebody from Circle because it's one of those beloved institutions that has been deeply affected by this, and it,
Yeah.
it's it's almost ironic too because this is the perfect time to catch up on movies with everything going on,
I
but
know.
we're not allowed to gather and go out. So, um, how have you guys handled that so far? What was it like in the beginning?
In the beginning, we saw all the stuff coming and how everything was evolving, and we tried to. It started looking unsafe how things were turning out, so we immediately shut down. Um, and from then, we kind of were just kind of sitting back and waiting to see, you know, waiting for some leadership. Like, what are we supposed to be doing? We shut down. We kind of followed those rules. Try to be, you know, extra safe for our community of film lovers. And it was kind of scary at first, for sure. Um, uh, Immediately, we started brainstorming of how to make money, how to keep people busy. And so, we started cleaning, started painting inside the theater, inside of the theaters, trying to get everything organized. And then that became unsafe. It was like, that's not safe for people to be here, for even
Mhm.
staff members. And then so we did stay at home, and a lot of us, we do the Zoom meetings like everybody, and then started doing the virtual screenings. Um, we started doing the marquee messages, and now we're doing the popcorn. And so we're just kind of trying to come up with great ideas to keep people, employed, and um, offer some comfort back to the community somehow.
Yeah, I've read a few articles that really talk about films and movie theaters as being a comforting place, and people want them back because they're able to go there and sort of escape for a while.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
but what are some of the ways that you guys have gotten films to the people right now? On our website we host lots of the virtual screenings that you guys have done. So, can you talk about some of that programming?
Yeah, thanks for doing that. You know, One of the coolest things I think that we've offered is the Second Saturday Silent program, which is a regular silent film on our 1928 theater pipe organ.
Mm.
And so while we're still doing stay at home, obviously people couldn't be down here. So Bill Rowland played the accompaniment from his piano at home, and so we recorded that, and he had a little screen next to him with a silent film. And so we premiered that live, so people could comment and kind of feel like they came together, at least virtually. And to me, that was like really cool, really special. The last one that we did, we had Bill actually come into the theater and play on the pipe organ. He was down here by himself, and we recorded that. and did another thing, kind of like a premiere on our YouTube channel. So it's really kind of challenged and given us an opportunity to expand some of these things, which is pretty cool, with that program especially. So I think that's something we'll keep doing. But we've also had the virtual screenings that have been set up with our partners, our distributor partners, where they offer a film, and it's kind of buying like a virtual ticket, so you still pay, from $2, or I think there was a 50-cent one, to $12, and then you get to watch the film, a new film, and we've been adding in some special Q&A, some live Q&A things following, and things like that have been pretty cool.
Yeah, and I've noticed a few streaming events that aren't hosted by you guys or directly connected to you, like such as the Lionsgate films. You guys post about those, and my wife and I really enjoyed watching those because those had that real live experience feeling because they were hosted on
Right.
YouTube at a specific time. So you
Yeah.
try to finish up dinner, get some popcorn popped, and sit down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you're even talking about it, and you got a smile on your face. That's just something that it's, haven't been able to do, but we still really miss it. And we still want to join together with people in a certain kind of a way.
yeah, yeah. And can you talk about a little bit the difference between I want to talk about the industry and the difference between the blockbusters and the national chains. There's been a lot in the news recently about Christopher Nolan's new film Tenet, and if it really will premiere in July or if they're going to have to push that back to August or even December. And do those sort of national big movie events like that affect the smaller art house cinemas like Circle?
Mhm.
In what ways are those bigger events connected to the stuff that you guys do?
Yeah, that's one that we're definitely keeping our eye on as well. I think with Los Angeles kind of extending their stay at home, and I think that's through August maybe, or maybe ends at August. I think that's kind of what's taken the distributors' game plans off a little bit, with them being able to say, we're going to open this mid-July, but they're going to need a certain amount of big chains to buy in, to make it worth their while to release that film. But we are keeping an eye on that, and it's kind of the COVID things opened up an opportunity for us, um, to work a little better with big distributors, because we do play some. We'll hand select some big studio films every once in a while, show them at Circle Cinema, and those are those bring in crowds of people. In the past have brought in crowds of people, and help keep the place open, keep it running. So we do still play those films, and that one's one that we're looking at. If they release that mid late July, that will probably play that as well. I think that the distributors are probably also, they're looking at a market like Tulsa, and if theaters are down to 25% capacity, which is what our game plan is, we're go as small as possible, make sure there's plenty of space. Then AMC, with their huge cinemas, maybe have 10 seats in there or whatever, 20 seats. So I think distributors are kind of planning for that and allowing as many theaters as possible to play the one big title.
That's really interesting. And another thing I wanted to talk about is Kindle Whittier. It's such a tight knit neighborhood, and I talked with Jake Miller over at Heirloom, and how in this time of all these businesses being shut down and sort of spread apart, how have you seen the neighborhood come together?
Well, Kendall Whittier Main Street, Jessica runs that. She's done a great job of offering resources, and just trying to do their best. May Yang recently started a program, a fundraiser, Rising Tide fundraiser, where they create a T-shirt and do the design, and then we promote, and they split the profits. And she donated recently, I think she was over $1,500 to Circle, just
Wow.
from a T-shirt thing, which was pretty cool. And it's just been impressive to me, and inspiring, all of the innovations that have gone on, all the way down to the macro level of Circle, to the macro level of Kendall Whittier, and then down to Tulsa. Like, it's just been uh, it's been impressive during like a crazy time.
Yeah. And so until Circle is able to open back up, people have the quarantine, the Circle Cinema and Chill survival kits. You
Oh
guys are
yeah.
going to continue the virtual screenings. Do you have anything else planned in this period leading up to reopening that you can talk about?
Yeah, I mean, those are kind of like the three main things that have kept us going: the virtual screenings, the marquee messages.
Right.
Those have been changing out every day. Someone's up here changing those. Yeah, and then that survival kit. I just saw recently that the legislators approved doing alcohol curbside, which sounds crazy, but people are doing it to keep their businesses, like you said, Heirlooms doing that as well. So we might expand some of those things out to the merch and like other items that we can sell. But yeah, we're still brainstorming. Mostly, most of the energy is right now is going towards what it looks like when we reopen,
Mhm.
and how to make it safe, and how to make staff feel safe, how to make guests feel safe, all those things. Um, and it's kind of scary because it's like, how do you do that? We're still figuring it out. We're
Yeah.
still looking at other places that opened up, how they're doing it. Um, and yeah, it's crazy. Restaurants are doing it now, and it seems like hopefully they're doing it safely. So there's still a lot to learn, still a lot of like ideas to come up. And um, when we do reopen, it will be a good time to do it, or the best time possible. We will have thought about as much as we can think about to try to make it feel safe. Um, but we'll see what happens.
So now it's just day by day. You guys are playing it by
Still,
ear and seeing, yeah, because that
yeah,
that piece that really focused on Circle and Vanity Fair came out a month ago today.
yeah,
So
I know. They interviewed Clark Weens, which is our founder, and that was kind of interesting. Um, I think Clark gets excited, and he started telling them about ideas that we were coming up with. And I think they latched on to, they said, I mean, Clark's throwing out all these ideas, and I think they latched on to some stuff. And I think they said we were opening in May or something, and we were putting up plexiglass over the screens, all this weird stuff. So we were happy that, we were asked to be interviewed, and then the interview ended up kind of being a little odd. So we had to, Michael Smith at Tulsa World kind of cleared that up for us and you know, put our real plan out of what we were trying to do, and like, you know, kind of get a little update on that thing. But it was nice. We got that piece actually went around the world. There was an Italian company, so you can read it in Italian, and it just went all around the world. You can see Clark's name, Circle Cinema. It was just kind of interesting.
that's fun.
Yeah.
And my last question is, I've been asking everybody who does these at a distance interviews, and with our first interview was with Jeff Martin, and he said the one thing about Tulsa he missed most was Circle Cinema. He
Oh
tries to
wow.
go at least once a week and catch a film there. That's where he really feels like he can get away. So when things are all open back up, what's one thing you miss most about Tulsa and really want to have back from the old world?
Yeah. Wow. There's been a lot of things I know that I've missed out on. I think like, going out on like a date with my wife, going to have dinner. There was always so much stuff going on. The arts community here, Philbrook, downtown, yeah, movies. Man, one thing. That's a great question. I would have to say, food, restaurants. Um, you know, grabbing some food from the taco truck over here. Um, I would have to go with food. I can't specifically say one in particular, but man, it would be food for sure.
Yeah.
or a restaurant, going to a restaurant and having that experience.
Yeah, because even now with stuff opening up, it still feels strained out there. Every time you go to get groceries or pump gas, you're still
Yeah.
wondering. Just I think people want that anxiety to go away, and
Yeah, totally.
we're all looking forward to circle events coming back and being able to go down there and catch a film.
Awesome, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks for talking to me. Anything else you'd like to add?
Man, thanks for doing these, and thanks for all your work that you do. I mean, you look around, it's been, everybody's popped up with a new innovative way to do what they do, their passion, their work, and you're one of them. So man, thank you.
Thank you very much. I'll talk with you later.
All right, man.
Bye.
Bye.